Alright, I gotta get this spatula train moving on the cooking eggs for the what? Alright, so I'm about to move forward here and do some more art videos. I think the last character I worked on was Juggernaut. I think it was Juggernaut. So I'm gonna just move forward here. Just gonna back out. Yep, Juggernaut classic. My intention here is I'm going to go through the entire vanilla roster for MVC2, just starting out, and I'm going to modify or fix the crouching animations for them. If you're not familiar, MVC2 was infamous for majority of the characters having what's called the one frame crouch, which is just literally just one sprite being utilized for the crouch animation, and I hate it. So I'm going to I'm an artist, so I'm going to mod it out. I think the next vanilla character I think is Ken. So I'm gonna open up Ken here, and I'm going alphabetically. All right, so there's my guy Ken. Play it out. All right, here's my boy. Uh, I can immediately tell you it looks like he doesn't blink, so I'll throw a blink in here real quickly. Blinks usually don't take much. So I'm just gonna create a duplicate here. I'm gonna change the index up. I'll work on threes. Wait, instead of triple one, I'm gonna do triple nine. I'm gonna open her up here in the sprite editor. I'm gonna zoom in. I'm just gonna simply tweak his eyes to have an actual blinking animation here, which is too easy. That'd be a bit of a stretch. All right, so that's fine. Save it out. Boom, too easy. Jump over to the animation itself. I'm going to open up the editor here, and I'm simply going to plug in the new sprite. Best way to do this is to just plop it in on the end like this. Actually, that isn't the best way to do it. I'm going to add more to the animation here in a second. I probably should just space it out. I'm gonna make another space in between here and the blink animation. This is gonna be just a temp placement for the animation. I'm going to name this, or rather, I'm going to make it 3 frames per second, or 3 frames. Let's play it. He should blink every time he bounces. There you go. There's the blink. So now he has a blink as animation there, right? So I have to still tweak. What could I tweak for this? I think this looks fine. I like his original idol, but if I had a gun to my head and I absolutely had to tweak something here, I think I tweak his pants. So what I'm going to do is off of this sprite, I'm gonna go back to the sprite editor, duplicate this sprite, rename this again. I work on ones, or rather on threes. I'm gonna name this index triple one. I'm gonna open her up, and I'm just gonna snag these pants. I think he could use a little bit more of physic movement to his pants here. I simply just copied. I Control C, Control V it, and then I shifted it downwards, and now I'm just removing the things I don't want to shift to prevent any artifacting, which will make sense. That'll make sense when you see it in action here. Okay, just trimming the bottom of the pants here. There's things I don't want to shift. That being his flesh on his feet. I'm going to reduce the eraser to 1 point. Make sure there's nothing shifting here under the pants or whatever. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. All right, save it, close it. I'm going to duplicate that frame too. I'm going to name that duplicate triple two. I'm going to reopen triple two, and I'm going to proceed to do, I think I want to do another shift here for his pantaloons. Copy pantaloons, I think. All right, so copy, drop it off like this. I'm going to take this eraser and just trim around the foot because again, I don't want his feet to shift. I have to be very slightly more careful here. It's a bit more tricky. Okay, that looks fine. That looks fine. This looks fine. Okay. All right. I'm gonna blow the eraser up. This is how I hunt for or prevent artifacting. I'm just gonna erase everything on the foot. Again, I'm on the top layer. All right. I'll ig it. Save that bad boy. Close it out. Okay. So now I have my two physics drops for his pants. Save it out, and that's working on threes. It's both triple one and triple two. Jump over to the animation itself. Open up the animation. Go to the very last. Yeah. Go to the very last frame, which is 01. Copy 01. I'm going to paste it twice. I'm going to relabel these to my new frames I just made, which is triple one and triple two. That's fine. They're working on good FPS. Or they have a good amount of frames there. Triple one, so that it goes back, and I think that should do it. I'm going to take this in its entirety, copy it, make a space, paste it, paste it, paste it, and then I'm going to add in my blink here, which is, nope, the blink's already there. And that should be it. Hey, frame one, blah, 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 blah. Actually, I think, low key, I think this blink should go over one, so, or rather zero, for the first frame. I think that's better. Apply that, close it, let's play it. See it in its glory. There we go. See his eyes? See the blink on his eyes? See the new physics on his pants, on the lower part? Beautiful. There you go. I just tweaked his standing animation. Let's jump over. Let's take a look at the crouch. Let's play it out. There. Okay. So this one falls victim to the one frame crouch animation, and this is what I mean. He's just sitting there. He's not doing anything. I hate this. So I'm going to yeah. Let's just tweak it. No talking. All right. Duplicate the frame. Again, I work on triples on threes. So it's gonna be triple one. Open her up, and I'm just gonna proceed to animate it. Thing I want to shift this, of course I want to shift his torso. I want that torso to shift downward. I'm gonna blow this eraser up. I'm gonna delete the things that I'm not trying to, or rather the things I don't want to shift. Okay, I have to be very careful here. This process is super meticulous because if you make the slightest mistake, it's a wrap. It's not going to look good, not even in the slightest, man. That's a tricky thing about working with pixel art. Pixel art is super easy to do. It's not difficult in any way. But at the same time, you still have to be like a stickler for detail. You have to be very careful with everything you do. Otherwise, you could really make a mistake and end up with a lot of headache. You know? All right, that looks fine. I don't even need to like double check it. I don't really care. Save it, close it out. I'm going to duplicate this duplicate again. I work on threes. This duplicate is going to be triple two. And for triple two, I'm going to open her up and I want clinch. Probably have no clue what I'm talking about here, but I want clinch. So what I'm going to do is I want this hand here to shift in. I want that hand to shift in like that because I want his upper body, specifically his hands, to clench to show that he's tightening up in this pose. Makes no sense, but it's the law of motion, rather how the anatomy works for a human being. Muscles tighten, things move in tandem with one another, and sprites are no exception. Okay, do I want this to shift too? I don't think I care if it shifts. All right, so we all artifacting or anything in the behind what I just shifted that may called straight pixels. Save it out, close it out, reopen it. Now this is going to be a little more tricky. So I want this hand to shift. I still want this to clench too, but I want this to shift up. And I want it to shift over like that. Which this is gonna take some serious art brain, but I can pull this off because I'm me. I know I can. Oh, that was pretentious, but it's the truth. I'm me. So one thing I can say about myself is I don't quit. That's how life works. Can't quit. Don't be a quitter. All right. This back part of his elbow. Okay. Things I want to shift. I want all this to shift forward. His bicep is actually going to have like a stretchy look to it. This front part of his bicep here, it's not necessary for that to shift. So something like that. And you probably have no clue what I'm doing here, but trust me, man. Like when you see it in action, you'll get it. I'm guessing all of this is his chest. Let's shrink this eraser down. It's getting dangerous in this area over here. All of this I have to get rid of. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks good. That looks stellar. Yeah, I like that. I don't think there's any artifacting, but I'm gonna put the eraser at 3 point, and then I'm just going to just quickly, trace around the arm and shoulder that I just shifted over a little bit. Okay. I know this is probably super boring, but this is how you art, people. It's how art works, especially when it's hand drawn. Save it out, close it out. All right, so there's my new frame there. Could move his head in too, but I don't think it's necessary. I'm gonna duplicate. Again, I work on threes, so this one's gonna be triple three. I'm gonna open her up. I need a little bit more shift to this upper torso, so I'm gonna take this entire upper torso here, and I'm just gonna shift it like this. Again, this is gonna take some big art brain, but I can pull it off. Okay, so everything that I don't want to shift, I'm going to erase here. This is where it gets tricky. Again, these are the things I don't want to shift. I want his entire upper body to shift. I don't want his foot or his lower leg to shift any. So I'm going to erase all of that. Then I'm going to hit the top layer here quickly, or rather the back layer. And I'm going to trace behind his body, like so. Okay. Sorry, at the same time while I'm doing this, I'm thinking too. My gears are constantly turning. This isn't the type of thing you could like. You can't make mistakes here, man. Slightest mistake, and it's like over. It's back here. Oh, I want this label shift. Yeah, that'd be fine. That'd be fine. All right. I think that's good. Let's save it out. Close it. Yeah, I think that's good for now. Save it. So one, two, three. So I have three. I made 3 frames. All right. So I made 3 frames working on threes. I'm going to open up the crouch animation here. I'm going to simply copy, paste, and I'm going to relabel these my new 3 frames. And then one. Dang, it was even on 1 frame per second. That's what that one on the far end, the far right of all of these digits is how many frames per second. God, why is boy? So it's going to be I'm gonna put it on 5. No, 6. 6 frames per second, or 6 frames out of the second. Yeah, like that. 1, 2, 3, and then I have to make him go back into the initial position. Okay. Boom, 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 and back. That's perfect. All right. So I'm gonna call this. I'm gonna make an invisible text. That's a semicolon in front. I'm gonna call it item. I don't have a prep. Oops. I don't have a prep set up yet. Let me stay there. Okay. And where's this blink? Blink. Okay, so I need to add a blink in here. So I'm going to take the 11.0, which is the first frame, jump over. I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to name this duplicate. It's going to be 999, just as a habit. And then we're just going to do a very quick blink animation here, which is just drawing in the eyelashes there. I'm going to save it out, close it out, save it out, jump over, and I'm just going to plug it in. Usually when I plug in a blink animation, I have to triple up the base animation. So I'm going to create a gap like that, and then I'm going to plug the blink here. It's always over the first frame, like so. Probably could reduce the speed of it. Nah, it's not necessary. It's going to be a slow blink. Apply, close. I trust myself so much here. Save it out. I need to do a physics drop. What could I do a physics drop on though? I need a physics drop. So I'm going to jump over here, and I'm going to duplicate. 1, 2, 3. My physics drop. I think my physics drop will start on 4. So I'm gonna do a triple 4 here. Open it up. Okay. I'm going to. Sorry, I had to turn up the volume on my mic here. So for this physics drop, I have to edit the sprite property here. So image property. I need a little bit of height. So I'm just gonna go up to 70. Boom. Give me my little bit of space that I need there. Physics drop. What could I do for the physics drop? Hmm. Something has to fall into place. He has long hair, so that'd be an easy one. His hair is pretty much a no-brainer. I'm gonna take all of this and shift it up. I did a Control C, Control V. I'm gonna take the eraser, and I'm gonna just trim over the things I don't want to shift up, or rather, I don't want to move. I definitely want his gi to shift up, so that should be fine. Okay, so I want his gi to like kind of flutter up, except for this. I want his hair to shift up too. This technically couldn't or wouldn't move, so I'm gonna kind of delete this like that. So all of that should shift up. His face shouldn't shift up. So I'm gonna delete his face here. His hair is fine. Over his ear, that should be fine. Go beneath this. Okay, delete all the artifacting. So if I did that properly, which I'm sure I did, he should have hair movement now. His hair should be falling into place. His gi over his shoulders, both of his shoulders, his gi should fall into place too. And it should be a very smooth, cool look. And that's just the starter there. So what I'm gonna do now is save, close, reopen. I'm going to what else could I make fall into place here? Probably his pants, Loki. Thinking his pants, man. Let's shift these pants. just a one frame shift for his pants. Makes sense to me. Just right here, kind of like that. And then maybe I could delete this. Yeah, maybe I could just delete this, and then it'll be that should suffice. Going to jump in here. I have to be very careful here. Crap. Okay. All right. Let's get the back of the calf there. All right. So I think that's good. I'm gonna save that. Let me double check here for like mistakes. Just jumped over to the eraser, blew it up. I'm gonna just trim the top of the leg right here, just to make sure I'm not grabbing or shifting anything I shouldn't be. All right, that should be good. Should be any artifact or anything. Yeah, that should be fine. Save it, close it, save it, and that's my triple four. Duplicate triple four. Again, I work on threes, so this one will be triple five, going consecutively or chronologically. Open it up. I want to do another drop for the physics or whatever, but I have to be kind of tricky here with this one. Stick to the pants. I like the thought of his pants falling into place here. Okay, all right, that's fine. Okay, this I actually like the shift being high. Very careful here. I keep shifting things I don't want to shift. Okay, all of that's fine. There's no artifact in it. Got his leg. Yeah, that's good. Save it out. Close it out. Reopen her up. Do the shift up top. Of course, naturally, I'm going to shift his hair because because it makes sense. Just do a Control C, Control V there. His bang, should his bang move more? Nah, probably not. Gi, thinking here. The gi could absolutely move more. So what I'm gonna do is save it out, close it out, reopen it. I'm gonna just snag this gi right here. Do a quick shift up. Again, I work smart, not hard. I don't have to redraw everything just because this is a big project, man. Like all the tweaks I'm making, this is very extensive. So it'd be kind of foolish for me to you know, manually draw everything when I have the convenience of copying and pasting from time to time when feasible. All right, so that's why I got the gi. Close it out. So that's 4 and 5. Save it out. I'm going to jump over. I'm going to apply these. These are what's called the prep frames. I'm going to simply copy the very first frame for the idle, paste it twice. Made a mistake there, which is it's fine. Put that space back. And this was 4 and 5. I think I have to input it backwards too. So I do 5 and then 4. And it'll be working on 3. Let's do 3 frames. I'll get the second. That should be a nice gradual transition. And then because it's following the prep frame, I have to do a loop start. So I'll just quickly plug in the loop start, which means hey. Loop start basically says, hey, repeat everything after this word in the coding, and that's what it does. It'll just repeat everything except for the prep frame. When apply, close, uh, just double checking, making sure. Uh, yeah, I think that's it. Let's play it. There we go. See his eyes? See the blink? Awesome. And that's going from the physics drop too. I'll play it again from the beginning. Oh, I just saw some of the CLS inboxes. Actually, let's for now. Let me save everything out first. I don't trust CLS inboxes to not crash. Even in this extremely stable Fighter Factory Studio, I still don't trust CLSN boxes, just PTSD from old editing mishaps. All right, so I'm gonna play it out from the first frame. Look at that, so much better. So now Ken has an animated crouch. All right, so let me put those collision boxes back before I get myself in trouble here. There was one here, and I think there's one over the body too. Of course, there's one over the body. But all right, now I'm gonna just simply jump in here, and I'm going to change these over into default. It looks like they disappeared, but they didn't. Don't worry. So there we go. Let me play it out. Incredible. Okay, so now Ken is animated for his crouch, and it looks amazing. All right, let's back out. Go to the idle or the standing animation there. He's got a new blink animation. New physics in his pants. I do see something I can add in here though. He kind of has it already. I was gonna do a physics drop for Ken, specifically for his idol, but he kind of has something similar to it there with those first two frames there. So it's not really a necessity. It doesn't jar me. Yeah, it does. Excuse me. It doesn't freak me out or jar me. So I guess that's fine. This will suffice. There we go. That has been my Ken for MVC2. I've modified his animations here to be far superior, especially for his crouch. And yeah, next video should be whoever comes alphabetically after the character. God bless.